What's up, y'all? Welcome back to No Table Talk. It's your boy, Otumba. Let's get into it. So today's episode is inspired by this post. Okay. For those of us listening, I'm gonna read it so we can be on the same page. All right. And it says, someone congratulated me recently and I started to deflect after I said thank you. They said, I'm gonna give you your flowers. You can water them or not. And it stuck with me. We often don't appreciate our current wins because we're anticipating what's next. Water your flowers. And I'm going to borrow that last line, and that's why I'm going to call this episode Water Your Flowers. I want to start by a popular saying that we're all pretty used to. And people use this when they're talking about people giving them what's due. Some people use this for to encourage people to tell them how they feel before they die. You feel me? People generally say, give people their flowers while they're alive. Because we're used to then going to their gravesites and laying down bouquets after they're gone. When they're gone and no longer alive, to see how much people appreciate them. You feel me? So generally, when people say, give me my flowers, they mean, don't take the people you care for and you love and you appreciate for granted. Period. Long and short of it. The nature of the flower is then subject to the giver of those flowers. You feel me? But long and short of it is people appreciating you for something. People expressing a certain level of appreciation for something you did, said, or just your existence. You get me? And the reason why this is so important to me is because it is one thing to encourage people to give you your flowers while you're alive. It's one thing for us to encourage ourselves or to urge ourselves to appreciate one another. Show people you love them. Show people you care. Show people you appreciate who they are, what they do, or whatever it is you appreciate about them. Show people while they're alive. And as important as that is, I think it is equally important to then tell ourselves to water the flowers that people actually give us when we're alive. You feel me? Because it's funny because when we die and people put these bouquets at our graveside, somebody has to come and tend to them. You get me? So what makes a key difference in whether these flowers are given to you while you're alive or after you're gone is what you do with them. Those flowers are given to you after you're gone. You can't see them, you can't smell them, you can't feel them, you can't appreciate them. But when you're alive, you can see them, you can touch them, you can feel them, and you can take care of them. Now, the state of those flowers is no longer in the hands of other people. It is now in your hands. And if anything, that is highlighted in this particular line that this person used. They said, I'm going to give you your flowers. You can water them or not. That's the key. You can water them or not. I'm going to give you your flowers. I'm going to tell you I appreciate you. I'm going to give you the accolade that is due you. I'm going to praise you. I'm going to tell you did a good job. Now, how you take that, how you receive that, what you do with that is up to you. You get. There are a lot of us who, I don't know if it's imposter syndrome. I don't know what exactly it is. I mean, even that could be an effect or an effect of something deeper. But there are a lot of us who don't even accept flowers. You get. And I understand how a lot of it could be very social. I mean, even Nigerians, or as being a Nigerian, knowing Nigerians, we tend to pass off exaltation like table tennis. One side to the other. If we go, my guy, I want to be like you. Like, nah, I'm trying to be like you, my boy. We go, oh God, I'm just trying to, when you're looking fresh today. He said, nah, I'm trying to be like you, my guy. Not as fresh as you, though. I mean, that's just on a lighter note, but we see that manifest itself in more serious ways, in more serious contexts, where you've done a good job, where you exhibit certain traits or you exhibit certain attributes that people appreciate, or your existence in people's lives are very notable to the point where they recognize it as something that is beneficial, highly beneficial to them. Recognize it enough to then give you that respect. They could have shown it, but sometimes they would want to say it. You get me? And they tell you how much, they tell you about what a wonderful husband you are, what a wonderful father you are, what a wonderful wife, mother, brother, sister, wonderful spouse you are. They tell you what a wonderful employee you are. They tell you did a good job. They tell you killed this project. They tell you killed this assignment. They tell you killed this commission. You killed this photo shoot. You killed this, whatever it is. They tell you did a good job. And a lot of us handle that information carelessly. Just like plants. I think it's very important to water our flowers, not just water our flowers, but water them efficiently. I feel like I like that word, but I like it for good reason, because it calls for a standard for things to be done, not just with the end in mind, but with the means being paid attention to. You get me? Be the means being the best, most expedient route to get to that end. It's important for us to water our flowers effectively. Just like plants, it's possible to underwater. It's also possible to overwater. You feel me? That highlights how subjective this is. So there's a call for a lot of self-awareness, sometimes even by trial and error, by experience. You get me? But there's a call for a lot of self-awareness. One has to be aware of what their watering needs are. And I'll explain why. We already know that just like with plants, overwatering or underwatering could kill a plant. You feel me? Could stunt its growth. Could cause deficiencies in its soil. Long and short of it, whether you overwater your plants or you underwater your plants, there are adverse effects. You get me? There are adverse effects. What could overwatering your plants do? Could lead to pride. People are saying that pride comes before a fall. It leads to pride. It could lead to stagnation, because then you're just stuck on certain successes. You're then just resting on your oars, and you're not allowing yourself to move forward and actually make progress. You get what I'm saying? To actually make meaningful progress. You feel me? You could have a lot of deficiencies. Same way, underwatering your flowers could lead to low self-esteem. If anything, both could have self-esteem issues. It could lead to discouragement. It could lead to imposter syndrome. And what makes imposter syndrome very, very likely? The fact that whatever you did or whatever afforded you these flowers came from you. You feel me? Most of the time, most likely from a place of authentic expression. Whether you're authentically expressing your skill or a certain attribute you have, your knowledge or your wisdom, whatever it is, your patience, your kindness, whatever it is, it came from a place of authentic expression. And then when you authentically express those things over and over again, you then do not see yourself, or you then do not see those things as yielding the actual results that people have accredited to you. You feel me? So you are displaying these things naturally, but it doesn't feel like what you're displaying is really doing what people are saying it's doing. And then you then start to feel like you're living a lie. You're playing a facade. It then starts to feel like you are going to be uncovered very soon. You then start to feel like it's only a matter of time that the true nature of your abilities starts to shine through. You get me? That's so sad if anyone thinks about it. That's so sad. There's a call to be more aware so that you then water your flowers efficiently. Now, what does watering your plants efficiently do for you? It helps you grow naturally. It helps you grow organically. You see, I have a plant called Apenzella. She's a monstera plant. And I watch how she grows. And she grows out of herself. Branches grow from other branches. And that's how other trees perform. Branches grow from other branches. They grow organically. Water your flowers. Water your flowers. Handle yourself with care. Treat yourself to blossom. Treat yourself to grow. Treat yourself to grow strong, to grow in due time. Treat yourself to grow organically. Treat yourself. Take care of yourself. Water your flowers. Whether the flowers that other people give of you or the flowers that you give to yourself, because you could have certain impressions of yourself, but you could also have doubts. You feel me? But you could have certain impressions of yourself. You could recognize something you did and be like, oh, I did a good job. Oh, I've been killing it in the father game recently. this thing I did for my children, I was really a good mom. But then remember when I said imposter syndrome, then we could also be like, I'm not really a good mom. I mean, I've messed up other times. I mean, if I count the number of times I've messed up to this one good thing I did, when I balance the sheets, I'm in the negative. You feel me? What are your flowers? Give yourself the credit you deserve. Receive the credit you deserve, but do it efficiently. What are your flowers? What are your flowers? Handle yourself with care. Treat yourself to blossom. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for watching another episode of No Table Talk. A brief reminder that I go live every Saturday on Instagram. So you can follow the Instagram page notable_talk. Notable one word _talk. Follow on Instagram. I go live every Saturday, 5 p.m. EST, 11 p.m. West African time. And we're live for about an hour and 30 minutes. And yeah, check it out, bro. Looking forward to see you guys live. And thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you for all the support. Looking forward to bigger and better things from myself and from all of us and for all of us. And so shall it be. All right. Have a good week, y'all. Stay blessed. Take it easy. And bye.
Sit back, relax, and chill. Grab a glass of wine or a cup of tea, 'cause you're listening to No Table Talk.